What's up, fellas? We're gonna watch a little bit of a replay because I didn't know the game started early because nobody told my ass. Views versus KG. Views is using the Chiefs. KG has the Colts. You know, and I know that these teams are pretty good. I think Views' team is a little bit better. The Colts have a good running game, and they don't have the quarterback. So that's always going to be a little bit of an issue for whoever has the Colts. So anyway, let's take a look at this game. I'm going to pause it in between. I'm kind of multitasking here, getting ready for my Niners coming up pretty soon, a couple hours, and doing stuff around the house. So anyway, I'll call it like I see it. Very, 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 very open to saying whatever I see. Cheese. If I say the word cheese, don't take it personal. Doesn't mean you're cheating. Doesn't mean you're breaking rules. It just means you're doing something that's probably OP. And everybody has cheese in their game. Let's be honest. All right. So we go 1st and 10. Got a little bunch formation, wide bunch, cheese, right from the start. Probably gonna run an RPO here. I can imagine. KG sitting there with his guys in press, using the safety, and we're gonna start the game with just an inside zone. I'm not sure what defense KG's in. Looks like he's in quarters. I'm not sure if KG's a true match quarters guy like I am. Probably not, because he probably would not be using the safety in that situation because, you know what? He could. He could. The safety's okay there. Anyway, 2nd and 7. Little trips. This is, I think, U trips here into the boundary. Popular formation. Everybody knows use trips. Let's go with a little bit of halfback. He runs a little what I call a burst route. Just comes through the line, burst out to the sideline, gets good yardage. KG's in 2-man. Really can't do much against that. As we go along, I'll notice tendencies is what I do. It's what I do. Is what I see. Especially when I'm talking to you live, I'm definitely going to see tendencies. So a little trips. What is this? Trips tight end flex into the boundary here. Probably going to be a little run play, a little play here, a little probably pass, not a pass. It'll be either a run, inside zone, or drop back pass. And we go with the verticals route. Oof, definitely threw that into coverage. I'm not sure what defense KG was in. I have the power, I have the ability to go back and watch the play again, which is good. A little cover 9 action. I'm not sure. I'm going to find out if he's actually using match coverage. Because if he's using match coverage, this is a tough play. I think he is, right? So let me see if he switched to cover 9. Looks like we have the quarter side over here. Let me go back on this. Since I am... Oh, he actually playing true cover 9. Okay. So you're going to get basically a soft cover 2 over here. Is going to look like quarters pretty much with these vertical routes. He's going to play him man-to-man, I think. And that means this safety, I think that's KG. This is his play to make. He's not even using that guy. Okay. So this is one of my videos. I'm going to get a little plug in for my videos here. The problem when you have this type of formation, and this is the quarter side, is that if this tight end goes across the field under 10 yards, these two guys might get confused on who should cover him. One of them should. So what I like to do is just man up the corner, right, and just have him take that guy. As soon as you put him in a man assignment, then that's going to clear up the safety. If you watch here, he's going to start to cover him, and then the computer safety is going to cover him late, and that's going to open it up. And I don't know if KG was on the corner. If he was, then that's his play to make. Was he using him from the start, or did he see? No, he didn't. He's using this guy. So he switched up late, came over late, and it's just bad. It's just bad luck. You know, he tried to click on, and I don't know if him clicking on made it worse, to be honest with you. So that's an easy big play right there, off of an easy concept that really should be taken care of. That's dagger. It's not verticals, but it's, 3 guys are going deep. That route concept should really be eaten up by that coverage, to be honest with you. All right, here we go. A little pistol weak. Probably going to be a run to the left. Probably going to be inside zone. As you see, this is big tendencies that I like to. This is the reason why I think my defense is always solid. I always have a good idea what people want to run out of certain formations, right? And that's what defense is about. You got to have formation recognition, situational recognition, and then you kind of have an idea of what to do or how to stop it. So a lot of times I pick my play late on defense because I'm getting myself into the best front, which is the front 7, how they align, odd, even, over, nickel, or I'm going to get myself into the best coverage versus something like tight end trips. Like he threw that dagger play, I'm going to be in probably a different coverage versus that and give myself a better chance to play that play. You know what I mean? All right, I'm going to pause this broadcast and the stream and my video, and I'll come right back. All right, we're back in this game, man. So we got a quick score, probably a big play. I want to see what KG does on offense here. This is a different type of offense than I think he's used to using. So he comes out in a little bit of deuce close counter. It's one of my favorite plays. A lot of people are running counter this year. They're running it actually different. They're not running counter with just the guard pulling and the tight end pulling like that one. They're running, which is actually new school. They're running old school counter. People are running it with the guard and the tackle pulling out of some different type of formations. I got to take a look into that. Seems to be working pretty well. All right, got a little under center trips action, tight end nub, and this is a good running formation. I'll tell you that right now. It's really hard to get a line to that formation. So he starts with the stretch, and that's going to give you yards. Versus a lot of plays, that's a good play. It's a good play versus a lot of formations. So again, I'm going to use the word meta throughout this conversation, and really what I'm talking about are plays that are highly used and highly effective. Now, it's not, it kind of goes into the cheese category, but meta is usually, you know what, cheese and meta is really the same thing. I think meta has a different, harsher meaning to it because people look at it as that's what you see on guys who play tournaments and stuff and play MUT, but whatever. All right, here we go. Just a simple NCAA combination. He goes for the post. Horrible decision. I am not sure what he was thinking there. And also, his quarterback probably can't make the throw that he anticipated. Let's take a look at that replay real quick. I don't know what happened there. Looks like, I don't know, the coverage doesn't really matter. Yeah, the safety came down. So let me take a look at what the coverage was called, and we can see if there was an adjustment. That's right, when turnovers happen, you don't know. Actually looks like quarters coverage, the way these safeties are moving around. And sometimes that's the advantage of playing quarters. So the backside safety here really has no work. He's going to kind of like come over and look for number 3, but he's not even going to take number 3 because they're playing box to this side. This is very detailed stuff. So he kind of frees up and then just kind of goes back there and becomes a middle defender, which is actually what I would teach a guy to do in real life. But he kind of, the thing that KG didn't see, he didn't see him because he didn't just backpedal off the start. He kind of ran inside and then kind of sat down and then ran back, so that kind of confused him. I don't know who else might have been open. I'm thinking the shallow route could have been open, and probably the dig, but maybe he was using it. I'm not going to go back on that route. This broadcasted be 4 hours long. Got a bunch snug, just a snug type of formation, runs inside zone. Leonard is pretty good. So far, so good. I see a lot of guys, and the one thing I will notice, and I'm not trying to call people out, but I'll notice if guys are who they're using on defense, mostly KG this game, if they're moving multiple guys around. There's a little pinch zero blitz. Seen this a lot. KG moved one guy. He's going to try to man up somebody. Halfway manning on the running back, but not so much. Blitz came. Got to get rid of the ball. Seahawks switch is what I call one of the top plays in the game. A lot of routes get open, so that's what I would call meta. So there's certain plays that you see that you know that are really hard to stop for the AI computer to stop, especially if you're in man coverage. A lot of these are good man beaters. If you ever look at my playbook, I have a favorite section, and my favorite section has a lot of plays that I like to run, and I always keep some man beaters in there in case a guy is spamming man on me. I'm going to have to come out and run some really good man beaters that work. Here we go, a little verticals play out of bunch. Seattle verticals, easy money there. Against man-to-man, 2-man, that's not a great play. But I think he took the user and tried to help out on the crossing route, and the running back won. So that's a matchup situation. Who's that, Pachenko, whatever his name is, he won. So good read, simple concepts right now from what I'm seeing. I don't see anything crazy in this first couple play calls. Not like we're getting, I think that's the big thing that a lot of people, and including myself over the years, a lot of the best players, and these are probably the 2 best players in the league, I'm just going to say that right now, a lot of the best players, honestly, are going to do Simple stuff, but they just execute it at a higher level. So they have their reads down, right? The timing. They understand the matchups of a play. It's not gonna, blow your brain away with what they're actually doing scheme-wise. They're not giving you plays that you've never seen before. When I see guys like that, that's rare to find guys who run little used plays, but really it comes down to execution, and that's kind of sports in general. That's not even just Madden. Little weak side power play. That's a popular play. That's one of my favorite plays out of that formation. He actually called power and audibled it. I know they have another one where it's actually designed that way. But a lot of run. I'm probably going to see a lot of runs from the Colts, which is what they should do. I'm just curious to see if KG's play action game is going to be up to snuff with the runs. And I'll get a beat a little bit here soon on what's happening on the defense for the Chiefs. Dive, simple play. Chiefs played it well. Nothing crazy on defense. I don't think Views is going to give anybody on defense anything crazy. The leagues I play with them in, we have a lot of rules on defense sometimes. You can't move guys. He's going to play pretty much standard stock defense. You're not going to see a whole lot of guys squeezing and all types of stuff. It's going to be pretty generic. So if you want to learn from somebody who plays a pretty generic but good defense, watch his game. All right, trap, that's a meta play. That's been a meta play for a while. Trap has always been a good play for Madden for probably like 8 years now, I feel like. It's going to give you good yards. It's always something that it's really hard to stop unless you really stack the box. And sometimes, even if you do, guys get unrealistically blocked. We're going to get another run play here. See, the one thing I'll say this. I like this idea of coming out and trips bunch under center. Because most teams are going to do what? They're going to be getting ready for the pass. They're getting ready for crossers or something like that. So when you get that, then you come out in just a simple run. A lot of times you might gash somebody just because they are sitting there making their adjustments for how hard it is to stop that formation when people pass the ball. So I like to do that too. That's one thing. I'm trying to reduce it, especially now in the position I'm in. You're going to see me playing a super clean game. I'm not going to really do anything crazy, but I do like to come out in those meta formations and try to mess with people because they're going to panic, and then I'm just going to run like inside zone. I'm not going to even like sit there and throw a cheesy bomb, So I love this play. This is part of one of my favorite plays. This is a stretch pass. So there aren't too many play action passes that come off of outside zone. So if a team has outside zone defense, like, you can choose your game plan and they want to stop outside zone, you can actually... This is one of the weaknesses of that is play action off of outside zone plays, but a lot of play action plays are off of inside zone plays. So you don't really have a lot to choose from. That's one of the rare outside zone fakes that will make a defense, dumb out if they have that defensive game plan on. Anyway, 1st and 10. He's actually running a really good game here, man. KG's doing a nice job coming out, mixing his stuff up. A lot of runs, though, but that's expected with this team. All right, outside zone weak. Nobody blocked at the end. I always think that, honestly, when you audible that quickly and snap it, a lot of times I feel like the offensive line they get confused with their blocking scheme. So sometimes I wait a second or two. I watch the offensive line like point. Sometimes you see them lift their arms up. They start pointing at people. I feel like they need to register where to go. I don't know. That's just how I think. All right, 2nd and 12. A little spread play action. High-low with the individuals on the outside. This is one of my plays that I run as well. See what he takes. Could take a shot through the curl. Very interesting. I keep the outs on, but I only keep the outs on when I know it's like cover 3 or zone, because those outs are pretty good versus off-coverage zone. Versus man-to-man, it's not good. So I can see why he audibled the outside guys through a curl and a streak. And he threw the curl. That ball came out so slow. I'm shocked that ball didn't get just maybe intercepted by a defensive tackle. That ball came out so slow, man. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right. 3rd and 2. This would be a big play for him. He has to run probably stretch or inside zone weak. That's what I'm thinking. He just runs dive, which I'm not a huge dive fan this year. It seems like the way the animation is with the fullback, he steps so wide. Right? And sometimes I feel like he can let backers scream up in there and really kind of blow plays up. This is definitely a cover 0 look. You see Views using the weak side backer. The one problem is I think KG should get himself a fullback. If I don't know if it's going to make a huge difference, but if he wants to run outside zone with a lead blocker, I don't know who the hell 83 is, but that's probably not going to cut it. This could be quarters. This could be cover 3 if it's actually big nickel. I think that's what he's in. He's in some sort of nickel versus 21. Not advised unless you have some goons up front. And he really doesn't. The safety had to make the play. That was probably quarters. 0. So I respect the power game. I think the Colts have good power blockers more than they do finesse blockers. Have a guy pull into a blitz. All of a sudden they lose a guy because they got a guy blitzing on the opposite side that's away from the puller. You might outnumber them at the point of attack. Here we go under center, compression type look. Little drive concept. Hits the guy. Does well. All right. Took what he could. I would love to see real quick, because quarters versus snug sets is always a debate. It's always an issue. How do you play it? I want to see how the backs... Is he playing true zone? No, it looks like they're actually playing match. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I don't have his point of view to see what he's in, but... I mean, honestly, crossing routes always do a good job versus quarters. And if that safety doesn't play the deep dig right, then you have an open guy, so that makes sense. Same formation, probably a run. Views looks like he's panicking a little bit with the defensive line squeeze. Counter. Didn't get much yards. It's funny because I like counter on first down. I hate it on second down, man. Definitely hate it on third down. I don't know if it's a good play in those situations. It's kind of like a big play in a sense. Like you're trying to get a chunk. You're either going to get nothing or you're going to get a big 20-yard gain. And I'd rather run that on first down than to run that on second down. That's not going to really, unless it's 2nd and 1 or something. All right, 4th down. He goes for the field goal. So that was a good, solid drive by KG. His first drive, he had the pick. He got fooled by coverage. You should know that he's getting a lot of quarters coverage, a lot of 0. That seems to be the cocktail. I love that word. That Views is working with right now. Let's see what happens in this next drive here. We know the results. We know Views goes down to, he scores a decent amount. This game's going to be close, but curious how he scored. Curious. Now, that's my man. He's a guy I play with in lots of leagues. The strength of him is he has a great Rolodex of plays. Views has combed the land and the playbooks and understands what are some good plays, and he will switch it up. And I just saw right there, goes a little bit of a definite violation of KG. He cannot move a guy, and then if he moves any defender, he has to use him. He can't move a guy and then switch to another guy. So please don't do that. All right, this is the beginning. We understand, but that's a big one, and that's like one of the biggest things in sim world. At least most sim leagues that I'm in, you just can't use more than one guy. You can't move guys around. I know the game doesn't do right, doesn't allow you to get guys in position, but we can't be doing that. So he's doing it here again. So that's going to have to be fixed. And I'm sure he will. All right. I'm probably going to go to the first half because I actually want to get this video rendered and get it out. And then maybe I'll do the second half a little bit later. After I watch the Niners game, I'm going to do some other things around the house. But first half, and then we'll render it. We'll get it out. See if anybody wants to listen to it. Learn from it. Understand what this thing's about. What we're trying to get done here in the 221. How we're trying to play a sim brand. We give you freedom, man. That's the thing. It's sim, but it's not like it's super sim where you can't do anything, You can't, be creative. And I do believe tempo is a big thing. Like, I just went through that whole drive, and I didn't see what happened there in that third down. I think tempo is important because sometimes snapping the ball quick, it's a little cheesy, but yet it's kind of necessary sometimes. That's football. It can't always be slow snaps. All right, he does play action. I don't like the cancellation of it. Now, we have a rule here, so I don't know if Views knows this, but a lot of people probably don't. We're going to slowly remind you guys on the rules as we go through, because I don't want to slow the season down and make sure everybody understands everything. I want you to play and learn by playing, but you see the play action here, it's fine. He doesn't carry it through. He cancels it a second early. And you can do that if you see all-out pressure or you see a free player coming at you. Now, the defensive end, I don't think he got blocked, or he did get blocked. He just shed it really quick. That doesn't count as a player coming at you. You're not going to know that. You have to literally see second-level defenders, DBs coming off the edge, and then you can play action cancel. But otherwise, you can't get out of the play action animation early unless it's pressure look. Okay, so Views will take that note. KG will take the note about not switching, not using the players that you originally moved, and we'll go from there. So, play action on 3rd and long. That's one of those understated rules that a lot of old school guys believe in, and I believe in it. Like, don't be play action on 3rd and +7. Don't. It just looks bad, man. And I don't know if that's a rule. I don't think that's an actual rule in our league. Some people do have that rule, but no. All right, runs a little sail concept there. I'm a big sail guy. Anybody knows me over the years. I cannot not run sail like 3 or 4 times a game, man. It's like one of my favorite plays. I usually do it on 3rd and long or 2nd and long. But we'll go from there. A lot of compression stuff here. There goes another trap play, if I'm not mistaken. Again, that's going to be a big part of probably KG's offense. I don't know. I would like to have the conversation about trap plays. For years, I felt like it was the cheesiest thing ever, and I can go through the actual specifics of how the play is not blocked correctly, and guys get suction blocked on it. But I understand that it is a real life play, and I'm not going to sit here and bash it. Especially if you're a team like this, you're a power team. You want to be able to run some power runs, and trap technically is a power type of run. All right, it's a gap trap type of run. That's all the power plays that you do. All right, I'm not really commentating the game. I'm talking more about like overall strategy. But you guys are watching the game, hopefully in the background. Hopefully you like this. We go a little pistol, strong action. See what he does. Drop back pass gets hit. I give him props for coming out and drop back passing with Ryan, man, with Matt Ryan, because that's hard, man. That's not easy. I give him that because that's. I mean, it's very tempting to just run and play action all day, because that's all really Matt Ryan can do right now with his noodle arm. Here goes inside zone. Good read by KG. Looks like, Views is playing in nickel. I don't know if it's big nickel or normal nickel, but, that's not really great against that type of formation. I mean, it's 21 personnel. It's 2 backs in the backfield. You are basically doing what he did, taking the backside backer and running across and trying to see if you can catch somebody and just hit somebody on the fly, try to guess the gap correctly. You're outnumbered with really the way you're aligned there, unless you bring another safety down, and it's just not great. I'd rather come out in base defense, but KG's not making it easy with all these compression sets. I'll give him that. Another 0 look, I'm sure. Wow, I'm shocked he caught that ball. Nope, he didn't catch it. All right, so he gave him that little pass right there is probably one of the biggest meta plays. So much so I'm going to take it out of my own offense. I had this play in there. But this little crossing route with this little C route, kind of angle C route, gets open versus a lot of different coverages. You don't have to really even make any reads. This guy going down the field is probably your first read because he can be wide open. And then after that, you're pretty much looking for one of these 2 guys. And kind of what becomes a weak side flood. But you can get that corner route, that kind of V route, man, that joint gets wide open versus a lot of man coverage and zone coverage too. I mean, let you run cover 2 versus that. You have no chance. But Views played it well. His team played it well. They took away the ball. And when they didn't take away the ball, but they were at least close to the players, because that's one of those plays. The reason why I called it meta, guys would get butt naked, man, butt naked, especially if you have good players. So KG's gonna go through a little bit of a, he doesn't have the best receivers, and he definitely doesn't have the fastest receivers. So that's gonna be interesting to see how he uses his team this year. I know he's used to guys that are always running, always with 94 speed, 95 speed, to run some of those routes that run away from people, All right, here we go with a little, again, tight end trips. Okay, we get the motion, we get to empty. Most likely this is going to be some type of crossing route. I'm wrong. I mean, if you want to call that crossing route, that's technically an ND concept, levels concept. almost like a handoff. It's almost like a 5-yard handoff. Now you gotta be really, really confident in your quarterback's ability to throw short, and you have to be confident as a person to, as a user, to not be worried about user defenders jumping in the windows late. You know, you have to feel really good about that. Anyway, here we go to Bunch. I think he audibled on defense to cover 1, if I'm not mistaken. Got out of cover 3. Yeah, he's definitely in cover 1 with his press. Play action. Nope, I'm wrong. Cover 3. Little play action play. I wasn't really expecting that. You see what happened there, reviews? This is what I was joking about in the chat. When you are sometimes used to no switch leagues, you throw this ball, and because you didn't actually catch it, you get that pause in animation. You just stand there for a second because there's no way to like not click on. You get my point, guys. No switch league guys, you can feel my pain, man. That's what happened there. I was joking about that in the chat today. All right, here we go. A little motion out. Oh, cute. All right, he didn't even motion that far. A little halfback, whatever, orbit motion. Interesting. But he just hand the ball off there. This is college football stuff. This is the game nowadays, man. As much as I am old school and I hate it, I have to respect it because it's part of football, and there has to be ways to stop it. My defensive brain will eventually catch up to it. Quarters coverage versus bunch. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to say something about formation after this play. All right. So, I mean, the thing about it is there's 2 schools of camp. Like, there's guys who formationally say, I can sit in 2x2 all day or 3x1 gun all day and spread you out and pick the right play. And that's sim because that's very college-y. That's very run and shoot, yeah, air raid-ish, right? And they feel like they're actually, they are. They're using their brain and they're picking the box and doing all that. But it's so boring to sit there versus that. And in the NFL, compression sets are a thing. Oh, interception, bad throw. You need to mix it up. So when I play a guy, I like it if he does all of it. Now, I know some people have a style. I don't like it when somebody sits and compressed all day, and I don't like it when somebody sits and real spread, like everybody's out of the box. Not just, like, this isn't really, to me, true spread. Talk about tight ends not attached to the line of scrimmage type of spread. But anyway, let's see what happened here. It looks like we got the over route combination that he might have ran earlier. Tight end runs kind of that over, and then the running back runs what I call a burst. Some people call it a table route. Pretty sure that's what happens here. And he's playing cover 6, if I'm not mistaken. So what happened here? I mean, that weak side backer is the one that's going to get high load. He made the right read, but I don't know, he never saw the corner. Threw right in the coverage, man. I'm actually shocked he threw that ball. That's really a poor decision. Unless it was a wrong button press, that's not a great decision, but it happens. It happens. We got a minute left, so KG now is, what is he? He is on the 35. All right, he's on his own 35. So he has to go down the field, try to get some points here. He's going to have to probably pass the ball more than what he's been doing. Again, a cover 0 look. Some people start with this and they audible out of it, but looks like Views is just going to play cover 0 with outside shade. Inside run, inside zone. I actually thought that was going to be play action. Didn't get much. Sorry, quick base. Halfback quick base. All right. So that right there, just that guy who was blitzing made the play, man. I don't know who 26 is. I got to go make sure that's a linebacker. We got to remember to keep linebackers at linebacker positions, even sub-linebacker. I've seen this play so much, so often, it's making me sick. Tight end whips, I mean, you have a play that has 5 guys getting wide open. So you talk about meta, that's a meta play. You got those posts that are good, you got the whips that are good. It's really hard to play man versus that. Your best bet is playing zone and trying to steal one of the posts with your user players. 3rd and 12, bunch formation. Looks like we got Dagger. He trusted it. He threw it late. I think even if he threw it early, it would have been not incomplete. Not a good throw. Not a good throw from Matt Ryan. I mean, he can't throw that ball anyway with any velocity. Like, that's a ball, honestly, you got a user, an X Factor player who has some sort of like set pass feed, set lead elite. But I've run this play. This is one of my favorite plays on 3rd and long as well. But that dig is hardly ever open, man. Yeah, let me take one more look at this because I think this is a good learning experience for anybody. What happened with the defense? It looks like he was just in drop 4. Yeah, and he baited him, right? He baited him. If you watch his user, he runs to the left and then turns back and runs to the right. Interception. Now again, I gotta make sure that guy is a safety, is actually a linebacker. I'm gonna take a look at it right now, actually. Oh, because we can't be having any DBs out there. I don't know who 26 is. It's hard because of the NFL number rule to know who the hell is what nowadays. So I got to go check it out. This is part of the job of being a commissioner. Got to do stuff like this. Hopefully this is actually a linebacker. And he just made a really good play. Doesn't look good, bro. Oh, he is. Right outside linebacker. I guess Views is running a 4-3. But I don't know what Views is running, to be honest with you. He's 261 pounds and he did all that. He has 88 speed. Who is this guy? Wow. He should be an edge rusher, to be honest with you. All right. We won't get caught up in that because that's another story for another day. You got a whip route with Kelsey. That's one of the hardest routes to stop. I don't care what coverage you're in. So there you go. 2-man, definitely. Now this is a play. I've seen this play before, and I don't want to speak on it because I think I want to run it, but that play has a lot of power. There's a lot of power in that play. I don't know if it's overpowered. It says a lot of power. Gun snug. We're going to get bench route. Oh, the bench to the left, the vertical's here. He threw it up late. Oh, he threw it away, I'm sure. He's lucky. I don't know if he threw that away or not, but now definitely the corner route is everybody's favorite route in this play. Another meta play that I'm going to take out of my book immediately, just because it's actually becoming just way too popular. But it gives you both the verticals on one side and the corner on the other, and KG just jumped the shit out of the route. He knew the route. I'm pretty sure he has it in his playbook too. Right? You know the corner's coming from the receiver away from the back. Just go over there and cut that shit off. So, 2nd and 10. Trey Y flex. Gonna give ourselves a little trips nub formation. I call it 3-0. Always tough to play against this. You gotta either play man or play some sort of match quarters. Let's see what happens here. Yep. He put the linebacker in a curl flat to try to help out over there, and he's taking care of the middle. And that curl flat did nothing. Another levels concept, same play he ran earlier in the first. I think it was actually in the second quarter as well. Corner route wide open. Like I had said, man, like when you watch this stuff, I feel like a lot of guys get caught up in how to get better. It's not about necessarily running. It's about running the right plays. Don't get me wrong. You need to not run stupid plays, but it's all about execution and just finding what works for you. What are you comfortable with? What do you like to throw? And then you need to have a little bit of balance so you don't get too predictable. So you got to game plan that part. But obviously Views is really comfortable with that levels concept. He's run it twice. He has his reads down. He feels good about it. And it's nothing special. He's just, KG just got beat. Defense got beat. Cover 1. The linebacker never got to the hook to curl zone. I don't even know if that's realistic unless he puts him in like a 20-yard drop or something. He's not going to get out there, bro. All right, you got 2-man here. Pressure up the middle just made that ball float. Little skinny post. I don't think that beats 2-man very well. But you never know. You have the players. This is pretty much probably give up football right here. He's just gonna, you know what? He probably has to get a first down so that Views does not call timeout. There goes the counter play, which I just told you I'm not a big fan of running that on 2nd down. I don't think you can get a lot out of that. Excuse me for the little bit of a lag right there. This will probably be the last play of the quarter and the last play of this first half of this video, and then we'll just get this out. Guys, I hope you're enjoying the 2-2-1. Everybody's doing a great job playing their games. Guys, we're going to reach out to you a lot and talk to you about things we want to be done different or better. But just, we're trying to make the league fun. I think the best thing about any league like this, I think all the guys that came in here are willing to talk football. You know what I'm saying? We here to talk Madden football, have fun, and no drama. You know, and that's where we're at. Ooh, fumble! I didn't know this happened. All right, well then that should have probably been it. That looked like a verticals play out a bunch. He was waiting probably on the halfback, so that's why I would have ran the ball and made him call timeout from the beginning. I hate to be the Monday morning quarterback, but so KG's is down here. Now he's going to come back in the second half to make this a game. So when we watch the second half of this tape, it's going to be interesting, all right? I'm going to end it here. Talk to y'all later, man.